1, 2, 3. Costa Rica!
So right now we're on a car ride. We just left the airport. We're going to eat lunch soon.
This is your trip, and I want
yeah, the ride is nice. It's really good weather. Not as humid as I thought. And it's great.
Expectations. That's a hard question.
I think before we left for Costa Rica, I really had like zero expectations because this is the first time that we were going with a new organization. We were going with YMI. I had heard we would be staying with host families. I had no idea what that would be like, so I was kind of just bracing myself.
I think that's what I went in expecting, for God to show me more of something about Him, or like what He's doing, something about myself, poverty maybe. Wasn't really sure, but I knew it would be a lot of fun with all the people that we're going with.
Like mostly my supporters said that Costa Rica is pretty poor. And so I thought, oh, it's going to be like San Diego downtown then, like a lot of homeless people, learning more about Costa Rica and like going through the customs, learning about the culture. It was totally different than I thought, so that was pretty eye-opening.
So I guess something that I was taught was how much I do not like planes anymore. I used to fly a lot and it used to be very unfazing, but I don't know why, I just get so nervous now. Lost my boarding pass like 10 minutes after I got printed. I could not sleep at all for the first flight. The second flight was a little more delightful because I was so tired I fell asleep. Yeah, I just don't know why I don't like planes.
Okay, let's go.
That's lost. I don't want to.
Okay, don't.
Dang. Wow. That's so cool.
And bathrooms. They
my gosh, this place is awesome.
They even teach you how to wash your hands.
Wow.
Along the way, we also met Gary and Gretel, which is also the missionaries who run the base. He just talked to us and then, like, made us feel welcomed. And so that was one of the first things we did when we were at the base.
So we got to walk to the park, and the first thing Gary tells us is that there are very few crosswalks.
Gary warned us that pedestrians don't go first, and like a lot of people don't follow the stop sign. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be fun.
It's us.
There's Chinese people here.
It's us.
Gary said that the government encourages people to go to the park because then it keeps the drug dealers out of the park.
First off, a lot of us went up the hill, this huge hill, and we saw the overview of the city, and we're like, wow, this city is huge.
Oh, that guy's flying the kite that's like right there.
That's like out of body.
A group of us met this guy, and he had this really weird contraption that was like a kite flying. It's basically like a huge kite handle, but you could like spin it, and it went through miles. The guy just saw us looking at it, and he's like, oh, you want to try? I'm like, are you sure? I'm a stranger. Why would you want me to try your weird contraption? That looks so cool. He's like, oh, go ahead, just try it. And so along with the other kids we met, they're so welcoming. If someone wanted to borrow like my kite, I'd be like, you're a stranger. I don't think I'd really want to do that. But I was really touched by that one guy because he was so welcoming. And so that's one thing I really admire about the people at Costa Rica.
This is the first time we clearly stand out from everybody else. I mean, or like experiencing it with the community. We're this group of 24 Chinos and everyone's looking at us. So Chinos is Spanish for Chinese people, but in Costa Rica they call everyone who looks Asian, Japanese people, Korean people, Chinese people, Chinos. And for Costa Ricans it's not like derogatory like it would be here in the US, it's just what they are.
When I was on the plane, I was reading this passage about Psalm 23 when David says that God is his shepherd and he brings him to green pastures and brings him to like quiet waters. This is what it looks like for God to lead us into a green pasture. Like that's, and even more so, right? Like that's the beauty that he intends. And there was like this beautiful lake there. And just to have that image that I had been like considering on the plane ride of a green pasture and of still waters and like the peace that God leads us into.
It's not my birthday today, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Now we're just sitting at the lake because we've got nothing better to do right now.
Yeah, I just felt that the first day was just really like us getting acquainted with our surroundings and used to it, which is helpful. And just really taking in what Costa Rica was to us.
I guess walking through the to the park and walking through that community was like a good way to learn that, oh, this is the culture. Like, I want to like help the people who are in it, like know God. There's still a lot of people God's gonna touch through us.
They play them jazz. Oh, good job. Do it again. Oh, pick all 5 at one.
Okay. No.
You hit 5 of them at once.
Oh my God.
Oh, no. Dogs gonna eat it.